Today, if I had one wish, as an executive coach, as a strategic advisor for many leaders over the years, if I had one wish of what I could tell everyone, it is this. Where's the camera? Get out of your own head. Get out of your own head. That is not going to be the center of your power or the workspace of your greatest successes. We get stuck in our own head with overvaluing and over prioritizing what we know, our expertise, our experience, going into kind of prove it mode, where we think that we need to sort of qualify ourselves over and over again by proving that we are smart and capable and all of these things. But what happens is you get stuck in your own head and you miss what's really going to decide and shape your success as a leader. All of professional success really at the end of the day does boil down to social psychology. So if I had one wish, I would say get out of your head, and what should you do instead? You should become a student, a masterful expert of two things. One, become a student of your environment. Watch your ecosystem. What registers as success in your culture? What is valued? Is it a highly sensitive culture? Is it a culture that values candor and bluntness and directness? Is it a culture that values collaboration over individual achievement? Just observe what is valued, what is threatening to my environment, what kinds of individuals am I paired with or around me, how do they communicate, how do they operate, what is a turnoff, what are the types of people who really succeed, and underlying, what are the values, the people values of my environment. So become a student of your environment, number one. Number two, right alongside with that, become a student of human nature. If you look around you, there are patterns of behavior. There is always a cause and effect. If I say this way, it gets this person defensive and it gets them argumentative and it puts us at odds with each other. But if I slightly reword that to diffuse any threats or triggers or insecurity issues, which everybody has, and everyone is walking around with insecurity projections, then I can learn how to say almost anything with social intelligence, emotional intelligence. But am I paying attention to human nature? And we all fall into patterns of behavior. If you watch closely, you will be able to see positive effects on individuals. So you can think of a model in your environment. This person seems to always bring out the best in others, no matter what they say, even when they enter conflict or they give difficult feedback. Why? What is it about their mannerisms? What is it about their tone? What is it about their wording? Wording is crucial. Every word you choose to say, or sometimes not to say, can make a massive difference on your success in the workplace, right? There is a cause and effect. You throw the stone into that body of water by saying or doing something, there is going to be a ripple effect of that, and you need to pay attention to how it happens. So look for examples of good, look for examples that are not so good, and pay attention. Become a behavioral scientist in a way, which is kind of the weird world that I live in observing the social psychology of workplace success. What are the patterns of behavior that most people fall in, whether or not we agree on them, based on fear and ego and insecurities and all of these things? And then objectively step back as that behavioral scientist and say, what brings people to me in a positive momentum, in that goodwill that I need to build up that account so I have strong followership? Because frankly, intelligence and capabilities are just the price of admission these days. You're surrounded by incredibly talented people, but the ones who rise and continue to be given more and more scope of influence and responsibility and just cool work are the ones that know how to summon and catalyze the best in people. And that requires becoming a student of your ecosystem, your environment. Every day, be in observational mode. Get out of your head and then become a student of human nature. And as well, we're all different and we express ourselves in different ways. There are clear patterns. If you assess an individual, how do they think? How do they behave? What are some things I notice about them? You'll be able to walk that back and think, okay, what is the most effective approach for this group, for this individual? And then you can become more sophisticated in style shifting, which is another ninja skill, another polisher that I teach a lot of leaders to really take not only their performance to the next level, but become a catalyst of extraordinary performance around them. So if I had my one wish as a coach for all these years, it would be that: get out of your head. Observe your environment every day, shift into observational mode. It is not about what you know. It is not about being right. It is about creating an environment through your presence that brings out amazing performance. All right, practice today.